Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew a sunray skirt in less than 15 minutes. This has to be the simplest skirt you will ever make, as you can cut and sew it in less than 15 minutes. So if this is something you're interested in, make sure to keep watching till the end. And please, if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, click on the subscribe button to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you, and let's get right into the video. So here is my sunray fabric. I have 3 yards of this fabric and I folded it into 4 equal parts. Can you see? I folded it into 4 equal parts. This fabric is quite lengthy. It's about 70 inches, between 65 to 70 inches in length. And I also have my elastic band. This is a 1.5 inches elastic band. I'll have this around the waistline to hold the waist together. So I have 1.5 inches elastic band. So now the first thing you're going to put into consideration is the length of the skirt. The length of the skirt I'm making is 40 inches. Then I need 2 inches for hemming allowance, and which is 42 inches. Then I also need allowance for the elastic band. That's what to like a casing for the elastic band, and that's another 2.5 inches. So 42 plus 2.5, that's 44.5. So right now I'm going to measure the length of 45.5 inches and then cut it out from this fabric, as it is the exact length I'll be needing. Okay, so I'll measure out 45.5 inches out and then cut it out, because like I already told you that the fabric is very long. Okay, so after cutting out my fabric, now the first thing I'm going to do is to take this to my sewing machine and hem the down part. Okay, I'll hem the down part with my 2 inches hemming allowance, and then I will also hem the upper part with that 2.5 inches. Now the upper part, why are we hemming by 2.5 inches? Well, first of all, fold in half inch inwards like this, and then I'll fold 2 inches. Remember, my elastic band is 1.5, so that 2 inches will create a half-inch space that makes it easy for the elastic band to pass through. So that is why it is necessary to make the casing half-inch bigger than the actual elastic you are using. Okay, so right now, as you can see, I have hemmed the both sides, the down part and the upper part. So now it's time for us to insert our elastic into the elastic casing. Okay, so to know the amount of elastic, the length of the elastic you're going to be working with, you will need your waist measurement. So I'm working with a waist 35 inches. I'm subtracting 9 inches from it. So I decided to use 9 inches because I noticed that my elastic is really, really stretchy. So 9 inches from 35, that left me with 26 inches. So I'm working with 26 inches. So you want to make sure to test your elastic. Drag it, just measure it and drag it and see how much it can give you. So you can start with -7, -8, -5, and then stretch it out before you cut it, okay? That's it. So here I've pinned my safety pin to the elastic band, and then I'll begin to insert it into the space I created already. So please make sure to test your elastic, okay? So sometimes you may need to just subtract 7 inches, 6 inches from it, depending on how stretchy your elastic is. Some elastic can be really, really stretchy. So in this case, you can see I reduced mine by 9 inches, almost 10, and it actually came out very well, gave a good, very, very good result. So if you notice your elastic is not very stretchy, then you don't have to, just test it. That's just it. So the way of testing it is just to pull it, stretch it, and then take your measurement. You can tell somebody to hold one side and then you hold the other side, and then measure it so that you'll be sure that it will sit well on the waist. You don't want it to be too tight and you don't want it to be loose. If it is loose, it will be falling off your waistline, and if it is too tight, it can cause serious discomfort. So just test it and make sure that it sits well. So when you are pulling, you don't have to pull with too much strength. You know how elastic sits on the waist, you know what somebody can be comfortable wearing. Okay, so I hope that this explanation makes it really, really clear. So right now, as you can see, I'm done inserting the elastic into the space, and this is what we have. You see, I pinned the edge, the other edge, to make sure that the elastic does not fall into the waistline. So I'll take this to my sewing machine, and then I'm going to stitch the two sides, the two edges. Okay, I'll go stitch the two sides, and then let's go to the sewing machine. We'll do this together. Then I'm going to run a top stitch on top of the elastic. You don't want to just leave the elastic sitting like that and then it will be wobbling around, because it's going to be turning. If you don't stitch it, it's going to be turning around in the casing. Okay, so here we are at the sewing machine. So now I've stitched the two sides of where that's the two openings of the elastic so that it doesn't fall off. So now I'm going to distribute my gathers. Now you can see that the elastic has created a gathering effect around the waist. So I'm going to distribute the gathers evenly so that we don't have the gathers more on one side than the other. So I'm just trying to share it into four equal parts. So you want to make sure that you spread it out equally. Okay. So you can see I used my pins to create the now am I going to call this partitions, okay, just so that you make it even. So now this is it. So next I'll start stitching at the middle. Okay, so to stitch it, you want to also centralize your stitch. Since it is just one stitch we're going to do, so try to centralize it. Remember that the space, that's the band measurement I have there, it's about 2 inches. So you stitch on 1 inch. That's just try to stitch in the middle. Don't stitch upwards or downwards more. Let your stitch be centralized. Now take note of what I'm doing. Can you see that while I'm stitching, I am pulling. I'm pulling really well. I'm pulling my elastic. So once I get to the first pin, I'll take off the pin. So by placing these pins at all these points, it makes it impossible for the gathers that is supposed to be on the first section, on the first part, to go to the second side. So this just makes your waist area very even. The gathers, you don't want it to make it very easy for you not to have the gathers more on one side. If you don't place these pins on the waistline, the truth is that you are going to have the fabric shifting more to the end side. Okay, it will shift more to the end side, and it always happens towards the end. It will not happen at the beginning, because at the beginning you are stretching it, so it will just keep moving backwards. So you have your gathers more towards the end, which is very wrong. So by creating this by inserting these pins at all these points, it just makes it a lot easier so that you have it even. Okay, so it is very important to do so. Can you see how I'm arranging it? And then I just keep stitching on the middle. I'm stitching exactly on the middle so that we have it sitting right at the center. So once I get to my pin, I'll take off the pin and then keep stretching it out. You can see how far I'm pulling. So you want to pull very well and stitch, okay? So you don't want to do this. You want to do this with energy. That's just the long and short. So pull it very well and then stitch it all the way to the other end of the skirt. So now that we are done with this, the next thing I'm going to do is to close up the center part and the center back. This is just to place the skirt now, right side facing right side. And you see, just place it right side facing right side and then stitch that part. That's the opening now. You can see, just stitch it, place it right side facing right side and then stitch that back close. So this part is the center back. So after stitching it close, I'll take this to my weaving machine and then weave it. Okay, then our skirt is ready. Okay, so this is what our skirt looks like. Can you see how it came out really, really beautiful? Can see it's really full. So I used the entire 3 yards of fabric to create the skirt. And I also made this conical bustier blouse for this skirt. Hopefully in my next video, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this blouse. So if you have watched this video up until this point and you have learned something, please make sure to like this video, share this video with your friends and family, And please do not forget to click on the subscribe button to subscribe before going. Make sure to turn on your notification bell so you get a notification. And please also share this video. Please share this video. By sharing this video to get to more people, like this video, make nice comments. By commenting on this video, this will make YouTube to push this video out to more people to see it. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in my next one. Bye.